Talk to him.
Classic codes, I ain't taking it slow. Forgive me, Lord, I woke up in that mode. Whether the winters were left in the cold.
Code language conversation. We talking about the laws of nature. Laws of nature. I always say when people talk to me about governmental law, I always say I don't care about the governmental law because at the end of the day, we all have to live by the laws of nature. See, here's the difference between the governmental law and the laws of nature. The laws of the government, they get amended, they get changed. You know, we do whatever we do whatever we want with those laws, right? Liquor is illegal, prohibition. Liquor's legal again. If we can get some bread off of it, charge it to the game. Let's sell poison in the stores and let people poison themselves, for a profit. Why not? Right? So they make liquor legal. Cannabis. Cannabis is illegal. Then all of a sudden, boom, bring the THC in, put the tax on it. Let's get paid, right? So these are government laws, right? Lynchings used to be legal at some point, right? And then now you can't do that anymore, or at least not in certain places and not in most places in the country. Some places you don't want to get caught in the dark, right? So these are government laws. I like to call them rules, right? Rules are subject to change. What used to be a travel or what used to be good defense in the NBA, a hand check used to be allowed. Now no longer allowed. Next year they could bring it back if they want. These are rules. These things change. So me as a man, I can't afford to live by rules that are subject to change. It's survival of the fittest. It's self-preservation. It's protection of the family. We have to all live by the laws of nature. That's what's most important. There's no changing the laws of when a tornado happens, what's best for you to do to survive. That doesn't change. There's no amendments on that. When a hurricane coming, what you should do to survive. There doesn't change. The procedure doesn't change. Right? The protocol doesn't change. And the results don't change. That's the thing about governmental laws versus the laws of nature as well. The results can change. Okay, this law has been illegal, but now we punish it this way when we used to punish it that way. When the hurricanes punish the same every time. The tornadoes punish the same. That's nature versus government. So as men, I'm not going to encourage anybody on how they should see things or how they should move. But when people tell me stuff like, like firearms, for example, I'm legally registered in every way when it comes to firearms. But for those who aren't, or those who are waiting on their paperwork, or for those who, I couldn't blame somebody for still carrying, even though they don't legally got all their documents in order, because at the end of the day, if you in a situation where you needed that and you didn't have that, living in accordance to the law is what got you knocked off, because you should have had that on you. But because somebody wrote on a piece of paper, you can't have that on you unless you got this and this situated because of where you live at. And so you was trying to be a good boy and live by the letter of Johnny Law. And now somebody that ran up on you who didn't care about the government laws, and they're living by natural law, which is if you can't protect it, it ain't yours. And so they running up on you trying to take what they feel is theirs, and you can't protect it. You got a problem on your hands. And it's not just in regards to the laws of nature and understanding. It's not just in regards to self-preservation in the way of self-defense. Eating. The laws of nature when it comes to eating. If I was supposed to be consuming deer on a regular basis, if I was supposed to eat like that on a regular basis, eating deer or beef or pork on a regular basis, I'd be equipped just with my human body, no tools, no nothing. With my human body, I would be equipped on foot to chase these animals, catch them, bare hands, just my teeth, my feet, take them down, subdue them, unalive them, and I'd be able to consume that flesh right then, right there, because that's as fresh as it gets. if it was natural for me to consume that on a regular basis, I'd be equipped with all of that to be able to live like that. Joe Jett says nature gives us laws, man gives us rules. 100%. 100%. 100%, Joe. And that's the difference. And so as men and as a man, I do believe that the laws of nature supersede the laws of man. So in the word, it says, obey the laws of the land. We now translate that into the laws of the land being the laws made by man who claim governance over the land. But who said you own anything? Even the fact that the government claims governance over the land is a natural law thing. We've taken it, we've claimed it, and if you think it's yours instead of ours, you got to show that you could take it from us. Because if you can't protect it, it isn't yours. That's a natural law. You see? So everything go back to the laws of nature in the end anyway. So for those who disregard natural law, where it doesn't line up with man's law, you putting yourself at a disadvantage. Because somebody operating inside of natural law is always going to be more prepared than you. I don't care where you say I can't have that with me. Catch me. That's your job. But I'm gonna protect myself. That's my job. You understand? So, but yeah, laws of nature is something I've been wanting to discuss for a while. It's something that I've discussed in personal conversations on the regular, but because anytime somebody talk to me about what's legal and what's Joe just said facts. Yeah. So it's like anytime people start talking to me about what's legal and what's not legal and this, that, and that, man, listen. Says who? I'm doing what I'm doing. I'm doing what I'm doing. The people, the men who came and claimed this land, they're no longer here. It's a bunch of ancestors of them who just perpetuating some shit they put in place by way of extreme violence a long time ago. I'm one of them people who understand how to get it back. I just know it ain't enough of us to really effectively put that in motion. But it don't mean I'm finna become one of y'all sheeps. And that's the thing. So, yeah. They lied to us, starting with everything. Pick something. So, we offer that, though. That's the code language conversation for the day.
Classic codes, I ain't taking it slow. Forgive me, Lord, I woke up in that mode. Weathered the winters when left in the cold. Hardened my heart and now hardened the flow.